Are not secure, in fact, not secure at all. Your credit card numbers, expiration dates, and all kinds of personal information are basically blowing in the wind. Here's Fox 31's troubleshooter Tom Martino with a warning.
Right now, I'm going to simulate robbing somebody, but I'm not going to use a gun or a knife. In fact, we're going to stay in the car and use a computer.
That's right. Just by using a computer, I can get access to any personal and financial information you hand over to a store clerk. If the store is on an unsecured wireless network, and judging by our test, there are many of them. To find the unsecured networks, I teamed up with Mick Davis, who makes a living hacking computers. He's a security consultant and purposely tries to hack into his clients' systems to show them the weak spots. We also called on the services of Scott Hankey, who sets up and secures networks. What we found was astounding.
You could sit all day and drive around Metro Denver and probably count thousands of wireless networks.
In fact, every time you hear this sound, it signifies another wireless network detected. At this busy shopping area near downtown Denver, we were able to intercept dozens of signals.
Do you think most people know that we can sit here with this computer and look at all of these wireless networks?
I don't think they have a clue.
Within minutes, our hackers find dozens of businesses whose wireless networks are spilling into the streets. And the information being transferred can easily be captured. If you've ever used a wireless network at your favorite coffee shop, beware. Your private email and personal information are up for grabs.
Most white-collar criminals don't steal and then use it. They collect and then they sell the badge. Terrorists are the #1 consumer of stolen IDs.
For consumers, the solution is not an easy one.
You can't ask every single place that you shop, are you using a wireless internet connection? One, it's a little far-fetched to even ask people things like that. Two, the people who are working there may not even know that.
Sacks.
Amazing. So the troubleshooter suggests you use a credit card instead of a debit card so you can have some protections in case your information does get stolen, and give the store the least amount of information possible. I know that sometimes can be tough. And while we won't tell you, well, who's exactly vulnerable or vulnerable networks that we found, you can bet, in places that you'll be shopping this holiday season. And use Wi-Fi. They use Wi-Fi. So be warned before you do your holiday shopping. I mean, it could be ruined by hackers. And coming right up after the break, I'm going to talk with one of the... Now, hackers, that's a pejorative term, but he is a professional in this area, and he's actually got the information you need to protect yourself, the consumer. Stay right here. You can also email us, too, at gooddaycolorado@fox31.com, as always. We will be right back. Welcome back. We just showed you a disturbing story showing how easy it was for hackers to get your credit card information from retailers who use wireless networks, Wi-Fi. Well, joining me right now is one of those hackers who was able to get into the systems with our own Tom Martino. Scott Hankey owns the Onsite Consulting, an on-site consulting firm. Scott, that is very disturbing. How many did you find when you were out there traveling with Tom?
Well, we really didn't expect to find this many. We drove in about 5 or 10 minutes down this business neighborhood, and we found 60 to 80 businesses that had wireless networks.
In less than 10 minutes?
In less than 10 minutes.
That is amazing to me. Now, if retailers know this, why wouldn't they? First of all, this is a wireless router here.
Right.
This is what we're talking about here. If that's in a retail setting, that's the trouble. You need a hard wire. Is that what you're...
Right. This makes things a lot easier to network all your computers together. I mean, for $100, you could buy this piece of equipment's $50 and another piece of equipment to connect them both.
Right.
And you could have another cash register at a different part of the store or whatever for as little as $100.
So it's convenient for the store.
Very convenient and very inexpensive.
But
it completely opens you up. People assume that you only have a connection between your two computers that you want to have connected. But with the router, it broadcasts your signal, 100 yards away from that, through walls into other businesses, and in our case, in our car while we're driving down the street.
Absolutely amazing. How do we know that if I'm a retailer and I'm watching this, well, I want to go to hardwire or back to hardwire again? Can you ask the retailer when you walk in, do you have Wi-Fi or are you on a secure wired site?
Well, you could certainly ask that, but the person who's running the register may not even know that her register is wireless. And they don't really know these things. We were in a restaurant the other day, and they were using wireless within a restaurant on their cash registers. But you really just don't know, and it'd be kind of cumbersome to ask everybody you ever bought anything from.
Yeah.
For instance, one of the places we ran into was a title company who uses wireless networks, and so they're sending your real estate information, your contracts, your credit reports,
Social Security number, income, all that stuff that is so private to you.
Right, and we don't even see a reason why they would do that. A wire would be the best thing and more secure.
Wow. So other areas, give me, in the minute we've got here left, the profile of an individual that would do this kind of thing, this hacking.
Usually it's somebody with a lot of time. And if it's in your home environment, it might be your neighbor kid, your neighbor high school kid who knows a little bit about wireless and learns a little bit more, and then wants to find somebody in the neighborhood, and it happens to be you who lives next door. So he could hack into your home network, get your email account information, and get all your emails instead of you getting your emails. That's in the home environment.
Okay.
In the business, it could be a business next door to you. It could be somebody who hangs out at the Village Inn and just kind of taps into the wireless networks nearby. With the proper tools, he can do that.
That's amazing. So the advice again, if you're just tuning in here, what do you do? You said use credit cards.
Right, use a credit card because you're only liable for $50 if somebody steals your information. But really the responsibility lies in the retailer. They need to spend just a little bit more money and protect their customers' information. And there should be some legislation about that, because right now there's not. Anybody can use wireless, and there's really broadcasting your private information all over town.
New technology, new means to protect us here. Scott, thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
Appreciate that very much, Scott Henke. Coming up next on Good Day Colorado, local man making it big, really big. Meet the